When you think about Allen Iverson rocking those iconic outfits in the 2000s, or Kevin Durant being one of the first to vibe out to Kanye's Donda, it's crystal clear. Hip-hop and the NBA have a special relationship. But what happens when that love turns into beef? Whether it's courtside trash talk turning personal, or rappers spitting bars aimed at NBA superstars, the crossover between the culture and the court hasn't always been friendly. So get ready, because today we're showcasing the biggest clashes between rappers and the NBA. Lil B versus KD. Knowing internet lore is hard because it expands every day. But there's one thing from the 2010s that most rap fans all know about: the Lil B curse. Lil B may truly be the first meme rapper, as his lyrics and song titles were often a mix of creativity and humor. And he dropped a project with 855 songs on it, aka the Based God Curse. Lil B has placed and lifted this curse on a number of athletes who spoke ill of him. Unfortunately for Kevin Durant, he was once a victim of it. Lil B only placed the curse on him because Kevin Durant didn't approve of his music and announced the curse with this tweet. With Lil B coming from the rap world, it's no surprise he had a diss song for KD to go along with his curse.
D, you said that I'm whack? See me on the court. Score on me, is he talking about points? I like Rock Nation and I love JayZ, but on Red Side I'm screaming, KD, bitch. Fuck Kevin Durant. Fuck Kevin Durant. Fuck Kevin Durant. Fuck Kevin Durant. Game of basketball my goddamn life. I ain't never watched it on the TV. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Hey, man, see me in the game of 21 and I'm gonna shut the fuck up, man. I'm on you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, tell them something like this, man. Tell them about mother Lil B. Tell them about me. Hoop like mixtapes.
Here's KD responding to the curse rumors on Revolt TV.
Lil B kind of put a curse on you. He kind of dead you. Are you worried about that? Like, do you have a message to send out to Lil B? Like, are you testing the base god?
A curse. I keep hearing it every time I sign on like Twitter and Instagram. There's this Lil B stuff coming up, but yeah, I don't have no problem with Lil B. I guess, you know, whatever you guys call him, he got so many fans. It's like it's starting to get on my nerves. So.
Did they tweet you?
Yeah, just to get them people away from me. Me and Lil B are cool.
Next, here's Lil B with a very short ad on NBA TV, only proving he's watching KD from everywhere.
NBA, swag, baby, KD, you can't see me. Look at Lil B, baby, I'm coming.
Rap and NBA fans alike would go on to see KD suffer from the effects of the curse, as not only did his team at the time, the Oklahoma City Thunder, lose in the finals, but KD himself was injured. They lost their head coach and other troubles. Fortunately for KD, Lil B later lifted the curse. And here's Lil B talking about it a few years later on the Hip Hop Fiends YouTube channel.
All right, so when Kevin Durant called you trash in 2011, you tweeted, Kevin Durant will never win the title after he said Lil B's a whack rapper, hashtag the base god's curse on Durant.
Oh boy.
Is KD still under a curse?
Oh yeah, KD's curse is active. He's still cursed until he plays me in the game of.
I'm getting the chills.
He has to play you in the game of 21?
He has to play me in the game of 21. That's the only way the curse can be lifted.
Okay.
Did you make the stipulation after the curse to lift it, or is this the reason there is a curse?
That's the reason there is a curse, because Kevin Durant actually agreed to play me in the game of 21. During the season, he went back on his word, and that's when the base guy was like, you know what, curse. It's not.
And by the way, that he hasn't been healthy. He hasn't been healthy. He didn't win a title. Look at that.
Yeah, it's.
Clearly, the curse still holds.
No mercy for the base god. He never has mercy on anyone.
You know, but the thing is, we never like to curse people. That's always the last resort.
The last resort.
And
You
if,
saw the artwork.
Diplomacy first, and then if diplomacy fails, then the base god puts a curse on.
Exactly. You know, and these are people that, when they're cursed, they might have character flaws. There's some weird leadership flaws. Kevin Durant. You know, we'll get to the other players, though.
Yeah, thank you.
Both of them would move on after this. Drake versus DeMar DeRozan. This year, all rap fans were asked if they were on Drake or Kendrick Lamar's side throughout their beef. Some people posted the song they were listening to show their support. Some tried to acknowledge both artists, and some people made their stance extremely clear. DeMar DeRozan, who currently plays for the Sacramento Kings and was once a star player for the Toronto Raptors, made his stance very clear. by appearing in Kendrick's Not Like Us music video. Soon after, Drake had something to say about DeRozan while watching the Raptors play against the Kings, while he was a guest commenter.
So if you ever put a DeRozan banner up, I'll go up there and pull it down myself. That's the answer to your question. Is that what you're going to ask?
No, I didn't mention
well, you know,
that
DeRozan and Kyle.
Yeah, well, shout out to Kyle.
The statues are next.
Well,
yeah.
They are.
And we all remember the clip of something else he said while on the sidelines during the same game.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh, they're cut.
The effort, the energy.
Naturally, DeRozan responded with humor and de-escalation at the press conference after the game.
Lamar, in tonight's broadcast, Drake said, if you ever put up the DeRozan banner up, I'll go up there and put it down myself. What's your reaction to that?
Well, he gonna have a long way to climb to take it down, so tell him good luck.
Thanks, everyone.
He also gave a very hip-hop head answer on The Breakfast Club when asked who he would pick between Drake and Kendrick. But we just showed you whose music video he was in.
From the whole thing, like, it was just an exciting year from the standpoint of being able to see two of the biggest rappers all time the duke it out, you know what I mean? And to see where is it at now, like, I'm a fan of it, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, because I look at it like that in sports. You want to see the best of the best go at it, you know what I mean? Win, lose, or draw. Somebody got to lose. That's all right, but it's sport. It's part of the sport and competition. You know?
Forget location. Who's better? Forget location. Forget where you from. Just pure listening. Who's a better rapper, Kendrick Lamar or Drake?
You're not about to put me in this. I'm going with both. Both of them is my favorite. That's what I'm leaving in that.
Kobe said Kendrick was him.
That's what Kobe said?
I remember something like that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He did say that. It's such a... It's tough because even when it come to Kendrick, for me, being from Compton, it resonate so in depth because every album, every verse, like I pinpoint that emotion and feeling, the bar for bar, like there's certain things he say with certain streets and lingo where I know exactly what that feeling feels like or what that meaning means. So to me, is if you put me in that situation, it's Kendrick. But it's like also like I remember when Drake was making views, I was in Toronto and I remember hearing it and knowing exactly the vibe and the feeling he was going for that was going on in the city. So that's what makes it so tough for me, that puts me in such a like tricky, like you know what I mean? Because I was there like for both times. Like I've been there for so many albums of Drake and really understand where it come from and everything, you know what I mean? So
this one-sided situation was just another example of Drake showing how hurt he was over nothing. JayZ versus DeShawn Stevenson. Sometimes people insert themselves into something surprisingly. As far as feuds and disses go, Jay is most well known for his back and forth with Nas. However, there was also that time when he made a diss track for DeShawn Stevenson of the Washington Wizards. In 2008, Stevenson heard LeBron said something about him, to which he responded, "We're all in the same profession. We don't need to talk bad about each other." But then, Stevenson said LeBron was overrated as he capitalized on LeBron missing a game-winning shot while he was guarding him. Looks like he changed his tune pretty quickly. After this, LeBron said, "With DeShawn Stevenson, it's kind of funny. It's almost like JayZ saying something bad about Soulja Boy. There's no comparison." Enough said.
Every single day. Yeah, keep an eye on it. It's just a great defensive play. That was a jump. LeBron came down, hit the floor.
Stevenson took this to a different level by saying he would get Soulja Boy courtside seats to a Wizards game and that LeBron should basically do the same for JayZ, since JayZ and Beyonce were regularly at Cavaliers games anyway, since he and LeBron were friends. Naturally, Soulja showed up and had a Stevenson jersey on.
The other night, and over the last 2 years in the playoffs against Cleveland, he is shooting 10 for 55 coming into tonight.
Well, you knocked down a big...
Next, a freestyle from JayZ over Too Short's classic song, Blow the Whistle, would come on at a DC nightclub. The diss is nothing scathing, but the target is clear.
Ask my LeBron, it's so big we ain't gotta respond. When you talking to a Don, please have respect like you talking to your mom. Who the f*** overrated? If anything, they underpay him. Hating, that's only gonna make him spend a night out of spite with the chick you been dating. Be the best of the best. We gon' be here so the rest could take a rep. We ain't in the same league. You can lie to yourself, you can't lie to me. I don't even know y'all name. I'm too big for you to rap LeBron James. Rock Nation, a new movement. And y'all money funny, what the fuck are you doing? I don't know what y'all on. It's just chess, know the difference between the king and the pawn. Blow the whistle.
It's also some interesting supplementary information to know that DeShawn Stevenson dated LaToya Luckett and allegedly Farrah Franklin too, both former members of Destiny's Child with Beyonce. While this beef quickly shifted back to just LeBron and DeShawn on the court, it was still an interesting situation to say the least. Kanye West versus Kris Humphries. This is a quick one, but still worth mentioning. The 2012 Good Music album, Cruel Summer, has some big hits and misses to some. But one track on it features Kanye by himself, Cold. Cold's lyrics are filled with Kanye's classic, creatively humorous quotables and name drops, but one of them stood out amongst the rest.
And I'll admit I fell in love with Kim. Around the same time she had fell in love with him. Well, that's cool, baby girl, do your thing. Lucky I ain't had Jake dropping from the team. La Familia, Rock Nation, we in the building, still keep the basement.
Ye was referring to then Brooklyn Nets player Kris Humphries, who famously divorced from Kim Kardashian after a 72-day marriage. JayZ, unsurprisingly, had a small stake in the Nets, so Ye's follow-up shout-out was a bit of a double down on his point. Here, he is referring to Kris again.
See, Kanye just got a phone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He used to never have a phone.
I got a phone because somebody decided they wanted to marry Kris Humphries, and I was like,
I remember when you didn't have a phone, and then you got one, and the only number that you called was.
I honestly forgot that happened. Yeah, I forgot about the Humphrey marriage really too.
I wasn't up to anything, and I looked on the internet, and there was Kim Kardashian with some extremely tall person, and I was like, I need to call her or something, and so I started sending her pictures of like certain basketball players that used to be cool, that now they wear their pants like all the way up to This is your future.
Ironically, Kris would resign with the Nets and tweet the very bar Ye used to diss him at Jay while he was at it. This would be the end of the ordeal from a musical standpoint between Kris and Kanye. But other legal matters followed. Lil Wayne versus Miami Heat. Throughout this video, we've shown rappers and players who went at each other, but leave it to Lil Wayne to have beef with a whole team, actually the NBA itself. Peep the clip.
I just want to let y'all know that the NBA banned me from all NBA events. Oh yeah, I gotta let you know why though, because y'all be on these, y'all love these, so I gotta let you know why. It's because the Miami Heat told him to ban me. Come on. So, when I said f it, I'm still gonna come out here and party with my pop, party with Drizzy, party with y'all for the last day. And plus y'all got a cool ass skate park out here that I'm gonna go skate at tomorrow, so. But let's finish having a good time. When I say f you say NBA. NBA! When I say f you say Miami Heat. Let's go.
Wayne is referring to a situation in 2013 when he thought he was banned from games. The reality was, Wayne was just hurt over the fact then Miami Heat players Dwayne Wade and LeBron James didn't acknowledge him as he watched the game. There was also a situation where he was removed from a game, but based on his response, he was probably doing too much in the first place. Here's him talking about the whole situation on a Miami radio station, 99 Jams Miami.
For those just now tuning in, All-Star went down in Houston this past weekend, and you were at a party, your party, and you jumped on stage, and you know you were vibing. I'm pretty sure you had some things in your cup, and you said F the NBA, F Miami Heat, F D Wade, F Chris Bosh, and I F'd his wife. Those were the comments that you made, right?
Yeah. First of all, I didn't have a cup.
Okay.
I can't drink. Yeah, I can't drink anything. Actually, I had a little bit too much to think that night. I had too many thoughts. Yeah, I had too many thoughts on my mind that night. But let me start off by saying I don't apologize for that night. I don't apologize for being who I am. That's who I am. This is who I am. Yes, I did say those things, and only thing I do want to take back from saying that night, I said F LeBron. I didn't mean to say that because me and LeBron really are cool, and I'm really cool with his mom, and we have a real good relationship, and that's my homie. But it just slipped out. I didn't mean to say that.
So out of all the things you said that night, that is the only thing you take back. You don't take back saying that you F Chris Bosh's wife.
Other than that, though, I don't take nothing back. And like I said, I don't apologize for being me. This is who I am. Now, do you want an explanation for where all that came from?
Absolutely. I mean, I could definitely respect.
But where did all this
come from, though? Where is this stemming from, Lil Wayne?
Okay, so I was at the Heat game, right? And they were playing the Lakers. I'm a huge Laker fan, and so mind you, I spend $1.5 million a year on those tickets. If you see me, when you see me at that game, don't think nobody, I don't get a discount. Nobody hooks me up. I spend $1.5 million a season on those tickets. Okay, now when I go to these games, the teams that they always playing, there's at least those teams make it a thing to say what's up to me. It don't flatter me or anything. That's just real people being real. Now, I was at the game. And the boy, I'm rooting for my team. I'm saying, go lay, whatever. You know, Chris Bosh, you can't hit a shot. D-Wade, stop crying. I'm saying whatever I want to say. I'm a fan of who I'm a fan of. So I said, so the boy D-Wade comes over there, and he looks at me. I said, y'all don't F with me. I don't F with y'all. Y'all don't F with me. He looked me dead in my eyes, and his exact words was, we don't. He didn't say I don't. He said, we don't. You know what I mean? And so I said, okay. I said, well, F you then. He said, well, F you.
99 Jams exclusive right now.
Okay. So from that point on, I'm turned up. You know what I mean? From that, so now you got to understand. So now take it all the way back to, this is a person sitting on the sideline that spent $1.5 million a year to come see y'all play. And you just told him that you don't F with him. So from that point on, it's F everything about the Heat. You feel me?
It's 99 Jams a takeover. Felicia Monet exclusive.
And so what happened is I wasn't approached by nobody. I wasn't approached by nobody telling me to get out. What happened was I was given a tip. Somebody came and gave me a tip that they was about to come tell me to get out. So what I did was I took it upon myself to go around and ask them myself. I asked them, I was like, excuse me, I just heard that I was about to be put out or something, scored it out. And the guy was like, well, what happened is we want you to, we just want to make sure you're not going to make any more obscene gestures. And I was like, obscene gestures? I don't get it. I'm a fan of who I'm a fan of. And it was like, no. There was a fan behind me that told me to sit. That was like, Lil Wayne, sit your ass down.
Right.
I turned around and I like shot the bird at him. But me and him was laughing. Me and the fan, we playing with each other. You know what I mean? Pause. We laughing back and forth. But the guy was like, nah, we're just going to come tell you, don't be making no obscene gestures towards no one. Like, I was like, did you tell that fan anything? And he was like, yeah, we spoke to the fan as well. We told the fan, blah, blah, blah. But I said, I get it. Y'all want me out of here. And maybe I was a little too upset, and I walked out. That's what that was about.
So it was voluntary?
I walked out. Because, like I said, once I was too heated, once the homie hadn't told me he don't F for me, and all that, I was too heated. So, and I already, like I said, I got a real tip from, I don't want to give who I got the tip from, but I got a real tip from somebody that knew what they were talking about. He was like, hey, I was just approached by the veto. They approached him, the person that gave me the advice. It was like, they just approached me and told me that they're about to tell you to get out if you stand up one more time.
The NBA would say they did not ban him from games. As for his statement about Chris Bosh's wife, she never spoke on it directly, but retweeted posts where people were saying she should ignore people speaking on her, including one from Dwayne Wade's then girlfriend, now wife, Gabrielle Union. This situation would fade out, but it sounds like Wayne simply needed an ego check on this one. Future versus Scottie Pippen. This is another situation where a rapper spoke on an NBA player's wife. Future and Larsa Pippen, who is now the ex-wife of Scottie Pippen, had a relationship that people may remember, whether they were basketball, rap, or gossip fans. Future may be called a toxic king and a petty king, but that's because of his own lyrics and behavior like this. Thought It Was a Drought from Future's 2015 album Dirty Sprite 2 has one of his most iconic lines in it.
Dirty soda, Spike Lee, white girl, iced tea, fully loaded AP. Yeah, I just your bitch That's some Gucci flip-flops.
Future would speak on this line directly in a video we found reposted several times by different accounts, and we couldn't help but notice how deep he and Metro made it seem.
I was smashing them at the penthouse, right by the door with my Gucci flip-flops on, and this ain't no disrespect, you know what I mean? I really lived that moment and went to the studio. I went right directly to the studio.
Dirty soda, Spike, Lee, white girl, iced tea, fully loaded, AP. I just made a face. I was like, man, what the
I didn't know I was gonna do that day, and I was like, man, I just your bitch.
It's some Gucci flip-flop. And he just kept going, and I was like, yeah, it's crazy right here.
Furthermore, he also referenced Larsa on 2017's Rent Money from his self-titled album.
I built my empire up like Lucius. Hey, give me pounds, give me bricks, I'm a nuisance. I made the blogs with your cause I'm ruthless. I made the blogs with your cause I'm ruthless. Yeah.
Everyone knows Hollywood blogs love gossip, and the two of them were photographed together multiple times throughout the year at the time. Larsa continued to push the narrative that they were simply friends and made several statements in response to Future's lyrics. However, we couldn't find Scotty saying anything about it. Larsa and Scotty filed for divorce in 2016, and after several years of drama, to put it plainly, finalized it in 2021. In many people's eyes, their divorce, among other matters, was Future's fault. Lil B versus James Harden. Lil B's based God curse wouldn't have become a whole thing if it had only happened once, now would it? James Harden was also a victim of it in 2015 when Lil B said his celebratory cooking move was stolen from him. But James Harden said he didn't know who Lil B was when asked by TMZ.
Man, I want to start with these guys. I mean, we all have a connection, you know, to this city, to each other in some kind of way. At least for me, it's funny being in this scenario now after, you know, moving on to Miami from this town.
Naturally, Lil B himself responded during this situation by talking to TMZ himself.
You know, I'm just extremely disappointed in Harden. And once we found out, because I almost believed James Harden when he said he didn't know Lil B, and then we got some proof, and I know TMZ seen the tweets from 2011 that Mr. Harden said, and he was actually listening to Lil B music and acknowledging Lil B.
When he's saying to us that he doesn't know Lil B, he's lying.
I mean, it's a blatant lie. I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know what's going to, with the curse, I'm going to be talking to the base god soon, and, you know, I'm just extremely worried about Harden.
What's the status of his curse right now? Where do we stand with his curse?
The curse has been lifted off Harden, of course, for the playoffs, just because I felt bad, you know, and with the warnings that were set up for him, with the 13 turnovers, which represented the number of his jersey, right, as well as the 35-point deficit that they lost by, which represents the former teammate that was actually cursed, Kevin Durant's jersey number.
Right.
I'm just extremely disappointed with Harden.
My question.
Lil B would say he lifted the curse in 2017, but future events would beg to differ.
So, you know, I just think Harden, he fought through the curse this year. He did a great job, but it just wasn't enough.
I think we should lift it right now. What do you guys think? No?
Not enough
we
of a
should just
moment,
lift it right now? He struggled in the playoffs. Come on.
I think, you know, I think
America's listening.
for you,
Yeah. Let's bless him.
the
It's
James
Sunday.
Harden's curse is lifted.
Oh!
What?
Oh, breaking news. Oh.
H-Town, stand
It's done.
up.
It's
Wow.
done.
It's go time
It's
for
official
Houston.
right now.
It's official.
Oh,
It's
James
done.
Harden gonna go bananas in the Drew League
curse is
tonight.
lifted.
Hold on, let me get on Twitter real quick.
Now when the Rockets choke next playoffs, he'll have no one to blame but himself, James Harden.
All right. Now, how sensitive is the base god or Lil B? Because let's be real. You curse a guy just because he flatters you by imitating your dance. Like, is it a sensitivity to the base god and Lil B that we don't know about? Well, I ain't scared.
I think that deserves a curse.
You know, very sensitive, very sensitive. You know, I just like when people acknowledge creators and, you know, just show love. It's about showing love, acknowledging folks. And James Harden was inspired by the Lil B Cooking Dance Sports Celebration. And that's all we ask, is just for him to say, where did you get the inspiration from?
And never acknowledged it.
And never acknowledged it. So, you know, that kind of hurts.
So if you've taken the curse,
James Harden and his team would suffer from the curse as they were fine during the regular season, and James Harden even won MVP. However, they would run into all kinds of troubles during the 2018 Western Conference Finals. They lost Chris Paul to an injury and lost the series to Golden State. Lil B would lift the curse, for real this time, in 2018.
Hey, man, huge announcement, man. Courtesy to Mob Ties, Rap A Lot. Hey, James Harden, shout out to the Houston. You know what I'm saying? The curse is officially done. It's lifted. Mob Ties, they made it happen. Shout out to Jay Prince Jr., the whole mob. Love, gang. Thank you, Base.
Drake versus Kendrick Perkins. Is there any surprise that Drake, who has been named while at NBA games, is up here twice? Anyway, in this situation from May 2018, he was once again talking from the sidelines. But this time, he said what he said with his chest to Kendrick Perkins. Peep the clips. Kendrick Perkins spoke about it after the fact on The Jump on ESPN.
More of an elite trash talk moment when you went at it, not another player, Drake last year in Toronto.
I mean, this was a misunderstanding. Because, you know, I was just messing with my old teammate Serge Ibaka, and I just hear somebody talking in the background with this soft voice, just like, hey man, shut up, shut up, shut up. And I'm like, who you talking to? You? Of all people, you really want this smoke with me. Drake, chill out, man. This ain't even for me and you, man. It's a problem that you don't even want. So at the end of the day, I really don't have any beef with Drake, man. Keep doing your thing, whatever, it's all good.
This situation fizzled out quickly, but still is another example of Drake talking too much. NBA players and rappers have a few things in common. They often become instantly recognizable superstars. People support or criticize them through everything, and people pay to see them display their talent. With so much in common, it's no surprise that Prive weaves its way in the crossover too. We hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if so, make sure to check out these others popping up on the screen. Help us out by liking, sharing, and commenting, and subscribe if you're new, cause we're dropping new content every week. Thanks for hanging out with us today, and as always, we'll see you in the next one.